Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Although I don't know why I'm saying that this is the second video. And today, we're going to be talking about history. Well, Roman history to be exact. I'm thinking of making this a series. Make sure to leave your feedback. Anyway, we're going to start with the founding of Rome itself, obviously it's here, and then it engulfs this whole area. Probably not this big, but like, yeah. Anyway, to start off, it started here, but in actuality it started somewhere here. Um, you see, this in the mythical Trojan War, there was a hero called Aeneas, which I'm just going to. Yeah, so anyway, this Aeneas guy was a pretty swell dude. He was pretty good at fighting. The unfortunate thing about him was that he was on the Trojan side. You may recall that this was the side that lost and had the city sacked and all the buildings were burned. Yes, I'm a pretty poor artist, but anyway, you can see Aeneas here is obviously not very happy about that, but there's nothing he can do at this point, So he has to flee Troy, and he just sails all around the Mediterranean for a while, having a bunch of adventures, until eventually he comes to a place called Carthage, where he meets a lady named Dido. Now, Dido is basically the queen of Carthage, and she's very beautiful, and not the way I've drawn her. And she and Aeneas fall in love, and it's all very happy. But eventually, Aeneas has to go because he wants to escape, and Dido gets mad at this, and then because Aeneas has left, she commits suicide, but before she does, um, she what she does is she curses Aeneas. You know, she's like, if that is, you know, that is if I could actually use this, never mind, just pretend I can actually do things. Curse you, Aeneas. Our descendants will fight forever. And this will be very important later, much later on in the history of Rome. Of course, this whole thing was a fabrication by Virgil. He wanted to create a myth that explained the founding of Rome, which I still haven't gotten to yet. So, anyway, Aeneas does a little more sailing, and eventually he ends up in Italy, around here. And, anyway, there's a guy called Latinus, and Latinus is a pretty cool guy. He's the king of a people called the Latins. So pretend this is Latinus. Yeah, anyway, Latinus decides to welcome Aeneas and whatever other Trojans he's got with him. He decides to welcome him he decides to welcome him to his city. Obviously I'm not portraying this well, but he's basically like, hey, Aeneas, you seem like a pretty cool guy, just, why don't you, marry my daughter? Which, he did. And, yeah, they were happy for a little while. But then there was another guy, And this guy's name was Turnus. And he was the king of the Rutuli, which were a tribe in Italy. Anyway, he's like really mad about this since he was supposed to marry Latinus's daughter, and he decides to basically go fight Aeneas. Pretend this is them fighting. Die, die, die. Except, you might have guessed, since Aeneas is the hero of the story, Turnus is dead, despite the fact that, yeah, that's not a cool move. Anyway, Turnus dies, he's buried, whatever, and, eventually, yeah, that's the end of the story as Virgil tells it, everybody's happy, everything is nice, everything's just dandy. Anyway, Aeneas after marrying, the daughter of the king, just goes on to have a bunch of, children, all of this kind of stuff. And eventually, one of those descendants is a guy named Numitor. And, he also has a brother named Amulius. Right? Now, Numitor... Well, actually, they've been feuding for quite a while, Basically, they're enemies. They don't like each other. Basically what happens is that, there's a city called Alba Longa, founded by, I think, Aeneas' son, somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, I'm not good with geography, but anyway, Numitor is the king of Alba Longa, and he has a son and a daughter. But Amulius doesn't like that, so he exiles Numitor, kills Numitor's son, and makes Numitor's daughter a virgin, meaning she can't marry anyone. But according to the legend, she still gets pregnant anyway by the god Mars, and eventually she gives birth to twins, and I will just give you 3 guesses as to what their names are. Yeah, that's right. For those of you who know a little of Roman mythology, it is Romulus and Remus. Alright? Now, Amulius, understandably, doesn't like this at all. He wants Romulus and Remus to be killed, the works, basically, But, one of his servants, instead of killing, Romulus and Remus, just leave them on the riverbank, where, a she-wolf comes along, and, yes, this is my drawing of a she-wolf, it's really terrible. Yeah, so this she-wolf comes along, and and is like, I'll help you, and, the she-wolf is their mother for a little while, that is, until they're found by a shepherd, and basically they're raised as shepherd boys. So, pretend this guy is the shepherd. He's got a nice beard. Anyway, so the shepherd raises them. Everything is looking pretty okay after all. And then, basically, what happens next is that they grow into young men, Romulus and Remus, and, as young men, they're pretty active in the community. They all get involved, because you see, Numitor still wants to be king, even though Amulius stole it from him, so they're like, yeah, boo, you're stupid, boo, get out of here, Amulius. And then, Remus who I'll just say is this guy here. Yeah, this guy here. Yeah. Anyway, Ramus gets taken prisoner. Yeah, and Numitor sees him, and Numitor is like, "Hey, that looks like my grandson that I lost a while ago." Um, and basically Romulus frees his brother, kills Amulius, and everything's all good, right? Yeah, go away, Amulius. Anyway, Numitor is the king now, right? But the twins don't like living in Alba Longa. Um, they think it's boring and stupid. Here, I'll just clear everything up quickly. And yeah, they think it's boring and stupid and really not very nice. So what they do is they decide to found their own city right here. All right? And now there are two hills where they could start to found the city. The Palatine Hill or the Aventine Hill, okay? So Remus wants the Aventine Hill, and Romulus wants the Palatine, right? They could settle this, they just decide to settle this by seeing who the gods favor the most. 6 birds come to Remus, right? And they come first. Oh, that's 7. I can't count. Yeah, that's 6, but then 12 birds come to Romulus. Pretend this is 12 birds. And, Romulus says that he wins, because he has more birds. But then, Remus says that he wins, because his birds arrive first. So they fought each other. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, then what happens is that Remus is like, "Oh no, I'm dead. That's too bad." And Romulus begins setting up the city of Rome, I guess, after grieving for his brother, who, I mean, you know how sibling disputes go. You're only pretending and all that. Anyway, yeah, Romulus is actually a very happy man now, and he decides, yeah, now that I won the argument, it's a great place to build a city. And what happens after Romulus builds that city, we're going to see next time. Alright, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys will leave some comments telling me about how